For 30 years, the world's most popular explanation for the griffin myth was that ancient nomads found dinosaur bones. Museums built exhibits around it. In 2024, two paleontologists tested the claim properly and took it apart piece by piece. In China, Europe, Mesoamerica, and Australia, cultures with no shared language and no contact, humanity independently developed the same world-shaping monster. In 1989, classicist Adrienne Mayor proposed that Scythian nomads prospecting for gold in the Gobi Desert stumbled across the fossilized remains of Protoceratops, a small, four-legged dinosaur with a prominent beak. Tales of these skeletons supposedly traveled along trade routes westward into the Mediterranean. Greek mythology incorporated this lore, and the popular science industry soon flattened Mayor's academic paper into a definitive fact. Dinosaur fossils directly invented the griffin. The theory survived unchallenged for 3 decades because the explanation is so satisfying. It suggests a physical, discoverable cause for a global mystery, resolved by a nomad kicking an old bone in the sand. In 2024, paleontologists Mark Witten and Richard Hing published a systematic audit of the theory's claims. Griffin imagery appears in Egypt around 4000 BCE, 2,000 years before Scythian nomads reached the Gobi. Geographically, Protoceratops fossil beds sit hundreds of miles from nomad gold deposits. Furthermore, these skeletons are locked in rock, making chance discovery by a passing traveler highly unlikely. Witten and Hing conclude the griffin is simply a chimera. Mythology routinely combines Earth's most impressive predators, in this case, a big cat and a raptorial bird. There is one place where the link between fossils and monsters is documented: the Chinese medical practice of using longu, or dragon bones. Pharmacological records dating back 2,000 years track this trade. By the Ming Dynasty, physician Li Shizhen identified these specimens as the remains of ancient animals. This medicinal trade led Western scientists to a site mined by local villagers for generations. It became known as Dragon Bone Hill, the famous location where the Peking man fossils were discovered in the 1920s. In 2007, researchers discovered that villagers in Henan province had spent 20 years digging up and consuming an actual 85-million-year-old dinosaur skeleton, believing it to be a flying dragon. Despite this real-world trade, Witten's analysis shows that Chinese dragon imagery predates these fossil discoveries. The bones in the dirt did not invent the dragon. Evolutionary psychology offers a separate explanation. Early primates survived alongside 3 categories of predators: large predatory cats, swooping birds of prey, and ambush snakes. Research shows that human brains have dedicated neural circuitry specifically adapted for the rapid visual detection of snake-like shapes in the grass. The dragon is not a fossil. It is a composite of your brain's 3 oldest fears: claws, wings, and scales, hardwired into your survival instincts. This explains why cultures with absolutely zero contact repeatedly invented this same composite predator. Mesoamerica developed the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl. Australian Aboriginal mythology deeply features the rainbow serpent. We built the exact same monster because we share the exact same brain. Geomythology actually does succeed at smaller, traceable scales. Ancient English legends mistook fossilized ammonites for coiled snakes turned to stone. Legends of the one-eyed cyclopes plausibly originated from elephant skulls, where the prominent nasal cavity looks entirely like a single large eye. These are local legends tied to specific discoveries.
But you absolutely cannot explain a universal piece of human nature with a single rock: a Gobi fossil bed, a Hainan village that unknowingly ate a dinosaur for 20 years, and the ancient fear circuitry sitting in your own brain right now. Dragons never needed a fossil. January Science tells the story behind the science, one disease at a time. Subscribe